It's introducing the fact that we all are not crazy. There is a voice that tells us we can't, but there is something in us that says we can. So how do you figure out the difference between this? Having that understanding, it helps us to be in a better place of love for ourselves and trust.
Welcome to Growth Sparks, the podcast for health and wellness entrepreneurs and practitioners. Here we dive into founder stories, innovations, and strategies that shape this industry. I'm your host, Riza Javellana, and today I am honored to be with Deb Heneghan. She is an author, a coach, a founder of Embrace Your Power, Get Real, Live Your Story, a speaker. Deb, very honored to have you. Welcome.
Yes, thank you, Riza. It's beautiful to be here. I appreciate the opportunity to share with each other.
Let's start with your journey. What sparked what you do today?
Yes, I'll try to make it quick. So when I was a child, I always had two dreams. One was to be in technology with computers and writing programs, very technical and very techie savvy. But my other dream was always to work with people and help people to feel loved and to find that self-love within themselves. And so for the first half of my life, I spent over 30 years in a career at IBM and Google, which I am so blessed and honored to have had. But a year and a half ago, I closed the book. I won't say chapter, I closed the book on my career and am now following my second dream, which is the passion of connecting with others. And really, it's about helping people understand who they are today. I think that the world moves so fast and we don't stop to have the conscious touch point within ourselves to know why do we say, do, act, and react the way we do. And I think that for myself, what I found over the years, I have so much that goes on in life, like yourself and many of us, juggling careers and kids, family, and so forth. And what I found is that if I don't understand why I'm doing what I'm doing, then I can't really help myself get ahead. And so that's really my passion, is to help people slow down, get in tune with themselves, and understand why they are who they are today. And is that okay? Are they good with who they are today? And if they're not, because many of us really are just doing our best to just survive and provide, but is that really what you want? So I really help people take that pause and peel back the layers to understand, how did they get to where they are? And so for me, I do wear a lot of different hats, but my passion is to help people with that, to overcome fears, to get through the layers of things that we do just because life is so busy.
Yeah.
That's my main story. I am thrilled that I made the jump. It's a big one.
Yeah.
I have two boys. They're still in high school, junior and senior. I thought I would wait until they were off and fully independent, but my heart said it's time. Like, I really needed to leave. I hate to say this, but the rat race of the corporate world, while it was great and it served its great purpose for myself and to build what I could for my family, but it just was exhausting and it wasn't firing me up anymore. So I'm really grateful to be in the position that I'm in and trying to build my own foundation of what I love to teach.
Well, it's wonderful that you're living the second dream. As you said, you were able to fulfill your dreams of being in tech, and now you're doing the connecting, helping other people live their own dreams. I know the transition from corporate to doing this is not easy. What did it take for you to be able to transition?
Yeah. The biggest, if I had to choose one word, it's faith. For me, having faith and trust in your higher power, which mine is God, and faith and trust in myself, believing what the truth is. And that's one of the biggest items that we all are challenged with, honestly. Our heart may say, I want this, I can't wait, I know that this is what I want to do. But the how comes in, and the moment that we say, how can we do that, is the moment that we shut down. because all of those questions come in to say, can I really do this? And I have all those fearful
Yeah.
questions that say, have you lost your mind? And oh, by the way, perhaps like you, I had a lot of people around me that I love and trust who said, what do you mean you're going to do that? What will you do? How can you survive? So I had to really quiet all that noise and go within
Hmm.
and trust in
Yeah.
what I believe in and feel in my heart that passion and respect it and acknowledge it. And so it is that if I could put it in a little bottle or a charm and carry it around to give me strength, I would do it. But I had to go within many times and really ask myself, are you serious? Your kids are in high school, but it's faith. It's that faith and trust. That's what I had to go to. And still
Yeah.
do to this day, honestly, because I'm still partially in build mode. I mean, everything is working, but it's not easy.
Yeah. Thank you for being candid about the challenges during this transition. I don't know about you, but one thing that I keep hearing is the way to win is betting on yourself.
Mhm.
In practical terms, what does that mean? Did you
Mhm.
have to take courses? Did you have to actually learn new things? What did it mean for you betting on
Yeah.
yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I did hire a business coach so that I could learn. As much as I have been in the corporate world and I understand business, that doesn't mean I understand it for myself. So I did hire a business coach. I also did take another speaking class, even though I have done presentations, all sorts of things over 30 years, but it's different whenever you're doing that for a product that perhaps you're selling versus something that's coming from your heart. So I did do different things to help myself regain some confidence in the strengths that I have because of the fear that could bury that. And as I went through those things, I realized, oh my goodness, I know that I can do this. But
Yeah.
sometimes we get buried in the questioning. Again, that's why I want to do what I'm doing. This is part of it, is to say, I understand how that questioning can cloud us. So the betting on myself was, let me take some classes, let me connect with others who have been successful so that I can hear from them and receive some guidance myself to be able to do this, but also, again, to remind me of the strength and the skills that I have because we are all our own worst enemies sometimes. You know, we take in what we hear outside, we compare ourselves, we look at what others do and think, oh, I could never do that. And it really just comes back to that trust and faith that I talked about earlier. But I did do different things here in the last 18 months to strengthen some of the items I already knew I had, but I had forgotten.
Yeah, definitely. Wellness and coaching is quite a crowded space. How do you differentiate yourself in what you offer?
That's the $1,000,000 question. For me, honestly, it is showing up authentic. I will say
Mhm.
that over the years, just like yourself, we've gained a lot of wisdom through life's experiences. We've seen a lot. I used to think that I didn't have the talent to succeed in the corporate world because I thought everybody out there was so much better than me. For me, it's being authentic. And I guess what I want to say, I'm not saying that there aren't a lot of people out there who are authentic. There are. But my differentiation is to just keep showing up, be authentic, be genuine, and have that beautiful heart to heart with others that we all miss. We may find it in pieces and parts along the way, but I feel like that's one piece that's missing. So for me, I really do put my heart and soul into everything. And so I infuse the energy of what I'm teaching and speaking about with me and that love. And what I have heard, from others is that it is very contagious. It's very uplifting. And so it's not something that I can write to say, oh, I'm magical. I just show up. And
Yeah.
that's for me, some may say that's not a good enough differentiation, but that is who I am. And I pride myself in continuously being authentic and just being compassionate and understanding. So that's my differentiation. We'll see how it turns out as as the next couple of years come up. But I feel that for me, I haven't experienced that a lot over my life. I have, but I feel like that is what helps people stand out is the authenticity and the connection with others.
Yeah, wonderful. Tell me about the programs that you offer. What are the processes or the frameworks that makes your program unique?
Mhm. Yes, so I have spent while I've been building to get myself set and on this pathway, I have created a framework. It's your life's compass. It is around the compass, because the directional, I should say, the directions that we all go. We are always going in one direction or the other, and we can quickly switch directions. And so my framework is built around the fact that we will always be going a different way at different times in life, depending on what's going on in life. And so there are 4 programs. My suggestion is to go through them 1, 2, 3, 4, but they don't need to be that way because we are all in different places in life. Our journey is different, our experiences are different. But it's built around everything that I've learned over life. And I've been helping people, even though I've been in my career for over 30 years, for over 25 years, I have coached and helped others formally and informally. So this framework is built around the success that I've had as well as others. And so, as a first step, the first program is around discovering who you are today and why, what's working, what isn't. And this is really the pause program, where it means, hey, everyone, our lives are going so fast. Pause and observe and be aware of yourself day to day and figure out what is really working for you and what isn't. And then the power of choice to help yourself get to a better place. Then the second program is probably the biggest item in this framework. It's around breaking free from all of the external noises, the conditioning of the world, the limited beliefs, the fears that drive us, ego, different things that are just driving our car without us even realizing. So that program really introduces and helps you understand, what are your triggers? Why are you getting triggered from something that may happen in your relationship or in your, any other area of in life? Why are you triggered? What are those symptoms? How do you respond to those triggers and why? So it's really peeling back the layers so that you get rid of all of that emotional baggage and all of the noise that holds you back. Then the third program is around self. It's really about connecting with yourself and truly learning self love, your self value, your self worth, taking off the masks and appreciating who you are as an individual versus thinking you have to live up to some identity that the world portrays. So that's the third program, is all about self. And then the final program is really embodying your authenticity and getting to a point where all of the noise of the external world is let go and you now allow your soul to lead, meaning that you really lead with faith, with your truth of who you are, your inner power, and you allow that to guide you, your heart, versus what you think you should be in the world. So it comes full circle, and the pathway there, everybody starts differently, and that's the beauty of it. And I do offer them through an app, so it is app based for all devices, and it's also web based too for those that want to use their laptop. So that's the framework that I built, and I use it every day. I don't live without it. I find myself
Yeah,
redoing things all the time because that's what happens. And it really is we are all a work in progress. We will
yeah,
never fully overcome fears, but we can manage them and
yeah,
allow ourselves to live from our heart so that we can find a life that isn't filled with so many challenges.
yeah. I love so many things about that. The fact that, your passion is coming through because it is obviously coming from your own journey, that you continue to iterate from your own learnings and experiences, and how it's full circle from getting to know yourself and then bringing yourself back to your authenticity. I love that framework. So I'm excited to check it out actually in the app
Yes.
because I guess there are ways to do it by myself and there are ways to do it with you, correct?
Correct. Yes. So the four programs are self-paced because what
Okay.
I found over the years is that a lot of people initially just want to learn about themselves without having to share, right? We're all afraid to be vulnerable with each other. And my point is, let's be vulnerable with each other because that really is the only way that we can get out of the noise. And so they are self-paced. Each program, though, I'm there, like I'm a virtual coach. I'm teaching through videos and lessons. And in there, you have different lessons with exercises and best practices, things that you can take with you. You can jump around to different lessons, but I am your virtual coach. And then for those that do want something that is more one-on-one or live, I do hold workshops and retreats, and then also the coaching. So personal life and business coaching, if people want that one-on-one. So it's sort of like pick and choose what works for you because there is no right or wrong way. It's
Yeah.
flexible in that take a look at the programs, pick which one works for you. And, there may be lessons in there that don't resonate, and that's okay. You skip those, you follow your heart. Just your heart will guide you to what you need, and then you'll begin to understand yourself better. So there's a lot of flexibility there.
Yeah. I love that. You are also a speaker. What's your favorite topic to speak about?
All of this, it really is to say, probably the biggest item is, again, just understanding that we have so much noise around us, that we're so heavily influenced by things that are pulling us away from who we are.
Mm.
And I sort of label it as two voices or two paths. And for me, I'll say you have the human voice or the ego voice, human ego, which is running its mouth and it's noisy and it's you have to do this or you can't do that. And it's just that voice of the noise. And then your soul voice, which is truth, that gives you that trust and the belief in yourself. So I love to talk about that because a lot of people may know that they have two different voices they're battling. It's like an internal battle with us. We all
Mhm.
have it. Our
Mhm.
intuition, our gut feeling that says do this, but the fear says you can't. So those are the two different voices. So I love to talk about that because it's introducing the fact that we all are not crazy. There is a voice
Yeah.
that tells us we can't, but there is something in us that says we can. So how do you figure out the difference between those? So that's what I like to talk about because it really, having that understanding again helps us to be more in a better place of love for ourselves and trust. So that would
Yeah.
be one that I would say is the two voices, two paths, which is again the meaning across all of the programs as well.
I can certainly relate to that. And I think it's particularly meaningful for women where we have a lot of limiting beliefs, and yet we know deep down inside that we are meant for more, that we can do things well. And it's finding the courage and the faith that, yes, I can do this.
Yes. Yes.
Um,
It's the understanding of that too. Because like you said, you hit the nail on the head. Many of us, and especially women, yes, we question so much and we dismiss ourselves
yeah,
many times. And it's understanding that and why, right? So
yeah,
that we can say, oh no, I'm not going to do this again because I understand why that's happening. We really can't overcome something unless we understand it.
yeah. Now, you are also an author.
Mhm.
Tell us about the book that you've written.
Yes. So my book, it's closer than you think.
Mhm.
This is really all around losing someone you love. And for me, it was born from losing my sister whenever I was 15. She was 17 years old. She passed from leukemia and had a couple of year battle with leukemia at that time. But ever since she passed, I was a teenager. That was my first loss. It was big for me, but she came to me 2 weeks later. Just she had appeared and I never saw her again, which is just wild. But I know that was a vision, but it was the feeling of her after losing her. And the book is not just my story. In fact, my story is very small within it. It's a mix of so many beautiful, wonderful people in the world, of their losses and how they have survived that and found peace. And it's not anything psychic about connecting with that, but it's connecting from your soul, from your heart. And for me, my connection with my sister has been through songs. It's the group Journey from back in the 80s. And they still play to this day. They're a group that exists today, which is, again, that's her. But she speaks to me through songs and numbers, and I can feel that she's here. So the book is around finding that peace and knowing that we can still feel our loved ones. And there's so many great stories in there of everyone else that have been through challenging losses, those that are sudden, whereas my sister was sick. So it's almost like I should have been prepared for that. You're never prepared, but the stories that are in there are around how people have been able to find peace from the loss. And it was an honor to put together. And yeah, that's my book.
It sounds very uplifting. So, uh,
Thank you.
certainly something that I'm sure helps a lot of people as they go through.
Yeah.
Now, you're a woman of many talents. You obviously have deep experience in work and in life. Where can people learn more about Deb, and how do they contact you if they want to work with you?
Mhm. Yes. So my website, it's embraceyourpower.com or Get Real, Live Your Story. Either work. You can find out more about me there, everything we talked about today and more. There's contact forms there, but you can also email me directly. My last name is not the easiest to spell. That's why I say embraceyourpower.com or getrealliveyourstory.com. But my personal email is deb@debheneghan.com.
Last words for our audience.
Oh, well, first, thank you, Riza, for having me. It's been an honor to be here and sharing with you. My last words for everyone is I believe in you. I believe in your heart and in your talents and in your skills. And if you're struggling with something because you want to make a change in life, I know that you can do it. I know you can because I have. And if we can all come together to help each other overcome those hurdles, I know you can do it because I have, and I believe in you. That's what I would leave you with.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for your time today, Deb. It's been a pleasure.
It's been a wonderful pleasure. Thank you so much for the opportunity.